of your passage, please?
Sure. All right. He was God, son of, a phrase which it means, if it anything, means just that, and he be about fathers his. Business services of vast a year, vulgar, matricious of vast a, inventions. Just the sort of J. Gatsby that old 17-year-old boy would invent likely to. And to this conception faithful he was to the end.
It's so interesting how you read.
What do you mean, Miss Holloway?
Well, you skip, flip, and replace words, but you still keep the basic meaning of the passage.
I just read what I see on the page.
Well, it's still interesting. How about you read the next few passages?
For year and over, he had been beating way his along south of Superior Shore as a digger clam and a fisher salmon, or in any other capacity that him food brought and bed him. His brown hardening lived by
Explore the novel with the thought in mind. What about
Hey, Ken.
Hey Lauren, those hour blocks are a killer, aren't they?
Yeah, I can't pay attention at all.
Me neither. What's up?
You have trouble reading, right?
Yeah, I mean, I try to say what I mean to say, but I guess it doesn't come out the right way.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It takes me so long to read, like, the shortest passage. What's it like for you to read?
Well, between the words on the page and the way I interpret them, it's not the same way as the passage actually means it. So, I don't know, it's pretty hard.
Do you, what'd you do to help you read?
Well, I have lots of recordings of the books, and,
Isn't that cheating?
it's not cheating because, like, it's the same thing as, like, eyeglasses. Like,
Oh.
you, like, if you have bad eyesight, like, you put the glasses on, like, you can see better. So,
I never thought of it that
yeah,
way.
with the recordings, you listen to it, it's like the books is like, it's like an aid.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I was wondering if you wanted to meet up later in the library and I could help you with some of the stuff that helps me through English.
Yeah, that sounds great. I could really use some help in English. When and where?
How about 7 in the library?
Sounds great. I'll see you
I
then.
can't wait.
Bye.
Bye! Bye!
So you're telling me that you have dyslexia?
Yeah, you know, not to seem cocky, I do well in science, in math, but with language arts and English, I struggle.
Oh, sorry, Jim. Oh, it's completely fine, Mr. Taylor. Have you met William Kent? He's a prospective student from Hansford Academy out of Massachusetts.
Nice to meet you, Will.
That's great to meet you too.
William, this is Mr. Taylor. He's the head of undergraduate admissions here at Notre Dame.
Oh,
Well, that's just the title.
Yeah.
I just really keep a watch on the department. Jim does all the real work.
Okay.
Stop it.
You, I'll come back later. You guys have a good interview.
Yeah, thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a good day.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. No, we have fun. Now, dyslexia, that is just letters backwards and stuff like that, right?
Well, you know, it's a little more than just that. Flipping letters and moving words on a page is a misnomer for dyslexia. The problem doesn't stem from visual issues, but from linguistic issues within the brain. You know, with dyslexia, the problem is located in the phonological part of language. This part is where the brain deciphers the sound of a word into the written word, and the written word into the sound of a word. It's the basic element of all language.
Can you explain in plain English, please?
Welcome. As you may have read in our letter, your son is struggling in his English and foreign language classes. I think I speak on behalf of everyone when I say that we're concerned with his progress.
That's why I've called this meeting to discuss possible solutions for William's future.
We understand that William is dyslexic. However, we believe that it might be more than just that keeping him back here at Hansford.
What are you saying about your son?
Honestly, Mr. Sanchez, what are you saying about our son?
Well, from my class I noticed that your son tries to shy away from reading out loud in class, almost never has his homework correct, and extra help sessions do not seem to help him. That is why I give him a C effort grade every term. I'm sure you have seen my explanations in his report, haven't you?
As far as I'm concerned, you're calling our son lazy.
Well, yes, in my opinion, your son is lazy.
While I may not completely agree with that, I will say that your son does shy away in class and he struggles reading aloud.
Well, you know, have you ever thought, Miss Holloway, that the reason I don't like to read out loud? I'm not very good at it.
Well, that's why I keep calling on you, so you'll get better.
Do you realize that just forcing him to read out loud won't help him at all?
It's helped all my other students.
Well, he's not like any of your other students. William is dyslexic. It has to do with trying to connect and organize sounds to parts of words. Trying to shove reading out loud down his throat doesn't help the situation.
Mrs. Kemp, we understand that the situation is very difficult for you, but at the same token, we're just here to inform you of the situation and try to come up with solutions for William.
Yeah, leave the teaching for the teachers.
Are you qualified enough to be a Spanish teacher? I heard you were running a teacher before Hansford.
You watch your mouth, Ken. You're already on thin ice. If I could have it my way, I wouldn't let any of you kids accommodation plans. If you get into Hansford, you should all be on an equal academic playing field. Accommodation plans don't make it fair for everyone.
What about your star soccer player, Buck Evans, your golden boy?
What about Buck? He has nothing to do with this. He does not have an accommodation plan.
My son was on crutches the other day.
Yeah, he was hurt in the soccer game yesterday. So what?
Well, would you take away his crutches?
No, that's ridiculous.
Then why take away accommodation plans? It's just the same thing as crutches. Just because you can't see my disability doesn't mean it's not there, you goon.
It isn't the same thing. Not the same thing at all. I do not need to listen to this. I know how to do my job. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'll see you later, freak.
I'm really sorry about Sergio's behavior. He's been under a lot of pressure lately. The captain of the soccer team was just recently injured, and he's been not.
Well, that doesn't excuse his behavior.
I realize that, and I apologize for his behavior. Can we just continue?
Sure, Ms. Holloway, what I was trying to say earlier is that dyslexia is not a visual problem of words and letters slipping. However, the connection between the sound patterns in the written word. For example, take the word bat. The word can be separated into three parts, B, A, and T. These are the basic sounds of that word. For a dyslexic, these blur together and they have difficulty interpreting the different sounds. It's the same way when we write. For example, ocean. For a dyslexic, they know exactly what they want to write. In their mind, they know exactly what meaning that they want to write down. However, when trying to write the phonetic building blocks of the word, they can't, and they'll write down lotion, which in the mind of a dyslexic is the same as ocean. This is the reason William struggles with reading, writing, and spelling. It all comes down to the basic elements of words.
That's very interesting. How do you know all that?
When William was young, I suspected he might be dyslexic. After doing some research, I found a wonderful book called Overcoming Dyslexia by Sally Shaywitz, which helped my son improve his reading and writing skills. I brought you a copy so that it might help you help William.
Thank you. I'll take a look at this. I'll use this to help William, actually. Thank you.
So the problem does not stem from visual problems, but from connections in the brain?
Yeah. Exactly.
That is so interesting. I was always in the notion that it was just flipping words and letters.
Yeah, if I hadn't had early intervention from my parents, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Well, that's great. You have some very supportive parents, obviously. Oh, did you look at that? We're over our time. Well, it was very nice talking to you.
It was great talking to you too.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I hope I'll see you next year.
Happy to be here. It'd be a great honor. Yeah, better luck with the football team next year.
Appreciate that a lot. We're
Yeah.
gonna need it. We're missing Jimmy Clausen.
I know, he's a big time.
Yeah, he just got drafted today, you know?
Yeah, I don't really like him too much though.
No, he seems like he had some trouble here in school.
Do you know him at all?
Hey!
Hey!
How'd it go?
I don't think the guy really understands me, but